believe can bring peace to all this? What do you believe?
Peace. You want peace, right? Yeah, peace between Palestine and Israel? The answer is Jesus Christ. So the Jews in the Torah say eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, claw for a claw. The Islamic Quran says to kill the people of the book. That would be me. I'm a person of the book. I believe in the Torah because it is what prophesies of Jesus Christ coming. And the answer is Jesus Christ.
Okay. So one source, right?
What do you mean one source?
Like, it could, just one source, like, it could be Jesus Christ, God, that one source.
No, there is only one God.
Yeah, that one, the one source.
The one that sent Jesus Christ to die for our sins. If you are worshiping another God that didn't send Jesus as the Son of God, then you're worshiping a false God. Yes.
Do you believe that religion has caused all this war in the beliefs?
I would say yes, religion. And that's what Jesus came to abolish, right? Jesus came down and he said, I don't want religion. He didn't say be a Baptist, be a Methodist, be a Protestant, be Islamic, be Jewish.
Yeah.
He said believe on the Son of the Lord Jesus Christ and you shall be saved.
War, deeper than beliefs, deeper than life. Destruction stems from within, so we do it to others. War is within. These wars has been going on for decades, with no difference, no solutions. Clearly, this fight is shallow. Fighting for what's given to be shared and fruitful, right? Says religion, right? But who do people know? We leave it up to those who carry their faith within you. This isn't fighting for beliefs. This isn't for the people, not the culture. This is pure war, connected to buyers of power, material world, control, paper money, and death. This is the reality of our 3D.
What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! Free, free, free Palestine! 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 Free, free,
You're here to San Antonio to speak. Give it up.
Let me tell you something about oppression. In America, we understand what settler colonialism is. If you're indigenous to the Americas of Turtle Island, do you understand what settler colonialism is? The forcible removal of your people's land. That's the same thing that's happening in Palestine. If you also understand Jim Crow laws, if you understand apartheid, that's the same thing that is happening in Gaza.
That's
the same thing happening in the West Bank. You must stand against oppression everywhere. You cannot stand against oppression just when it happens for you. But we must stand against oppression, all forms of oppression, every single place. When I see this list of individuals who have lost their lives to settler colonialism and apartheid, I think back of the EJI initiative, the Equal Justice Initiative. When you go to Mississippi, when you go to Montgomery, and you see the list of all the black people who have been lynched because of settler colonialism and apartheid. If you are a black person and you don't understand the intersectionality of oppression, if you don't understand, if you are indigenous and you don't understand the intersectionality of oppression, this fight is for you. This fight is for me. From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
Alaikum salam.
I want to take a moment to just think about those words together in the same sentence. Buenos dias, salam alaikum. I want to think about the solidarity that I see here today between all the different people of San Antonio, from Palestine to everywhere. And I really want to think about how in this moment, all this solidarity around the world is beginning to unravel these empires and these economic and these military systems that are crushing people around the world. When I think about Maureen, who's just up here, and all the other martyrs, I want to say presente. Presente for Maureen's friend and for all the martyrs in Palestine. Presente.
Presente!
This struggle unites everybody, and we've seen this This is the moment. This is the Sharpsville. This is the Soweto that will bring down Israel. It brought down apartheid South Africa, and it will bring down Israel. The ceasefire is only just the beginning. Keep the narrative alive. Keep talking about the freedom that the Palestinian people deserve. And understand that there are many different people in many different causes who may not be here with you today in an organized way, but who stand with you, and they will start to stand with you. The LGBTQ community stands with you. Yes, when the Human Rights Campaign and Equality Texas, they may take money from the oil companies, and they may take money from defense contractors, and that may be why they're not here today. But we're here to remind them that now is not the time to be complicit with this. Now is not the time to be complicit with these bombings, with these missile strikes. I was a week ago years old when I first heard that the state where I live gives $298 million to the Zionist entity. Look around this park. There are people in this park who haven't eaten in 3 days, and you're giving $298 million for bombs and missiles to drop on Gaza. Shame on that! Don't stand with that! With that said, I also want to announce why the Palestinian causa is so important to me personally. I am here as a citizen of Aslan. I am not an American. This land where we stand here today, this is Aslan. This is Coahuiltecan land. This is Payaya land. This is Carrizo Cometido land. This is not America. This is not Texas. This is not San Antonio. This is Yanawana. This is Aslan. And we are going to raise our voices here in this park today so that they can hear us all the way in all the other colonized states that will be free someday. They're going to hear us in free Hawaii. They're going to hear us in free Puerto Rican. They're going to hear us in free Kashmir. They're going to hear us in free Palestine. They're going to hear us in a united Africa where the borders have come down.
Africa!
And the Europeans and the Americans are starving. When we start kicking Israeli embassies out of these countries, then we make Israel the pariah of the world. That's what we did to the Boers. That's what we did to Rhodesia. That's what we're going to do to Israel. And that's what we're going to do to the Empire. We are going to bring freedom. We are going to bring peace. We are going to bring bread, land, and dignity. Because what's happening to Palestine is a symptom of what's happening around the world. A system based on money and security is crumbling. There are more and more people with less and less money, and fewer people with more and more money. And they have the money, they have the guns, they have the fuel and the cars, but money runs out. Bullets run out. Bombs run out. Freedom doesn't run out. The spirit that all of you have inside of you that's brought me here today doesn't run out. That doesn't expire. That tank doesn't go to E. That tank stays on F. Thank you all so much for your energy today. We're going to march in a little while. And I just want to say, Shukran. Gracias. Klasokamati.
They worked so hard to be free. He was born into a refugee camp because his family was expelled in 1948. He wasn't from the West Bank. He was from occupied Jaffa. He never got to see his home.
Sorry, excuse me.
We Palestinians have to justify our humanity to the world to make us seem more palatable. We have to convince people that we're not terrorists, that you would do the same thing if you were in our situation. You would try to fight back for your family, for your land, for your dignity, for your existence. This isn't a war. This is an attempt to wipe Palestinians off the map in a process that has been going on for 75 years.
We're here for you!
Thousands of people have been killed, and our representatives, our communities stayed quiet for generations.
And now suddenly, we have people talking about us as if we deserve to die? As if they understand our history and the amount that we've bled? We don't call the people who were killed victims. We call them martyrs. Palestinians don't want to be framed as a victim, despite the fact that they have been repeatedly ethnically cleansed, shot, jailed, land stolen, genocide in Gaza, a concentration camp is what they put them in, and despite all that, they refused. We refuse to be labeled victims and instead call ourselves martyrs because we know that at the end, there is a cause greater than all of us, and they're willing to die for that rather than be accepted as victims and refugees. So we will not be intimidated into silence. We will not stop talking about Palestine until Palestine is free!
Free Palestine!
Gaza, Gaza, you will rise!
Gaza, Gaza!
Welcome to Forgot the Islam. Pick your favorite channel. This platform was created by one Black people. We are here to express the truth and get back to our communities. More and start coming soon. Thanks for your support.
Forgot the Islam, a website where you can shop, drops, and many more to come. Easy check it out.
If you feel despair and powerless, or if you feel like I do, inspired by the courage of the Palestinian resistance in the face of genocide, this is your sign to join a revolutionary organization like the PSL today. Let this moment radicalize you, not lead you to despair. The unbreakable spirit of the Palestinian people is what gives me strength to fight back. Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
Free the kids!
Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
All right, like we said earlier, every single person here has something to say, and you should say it. I just want to say thank you again for everyone here. I'm seeing actually a lot of familiar faces because we've been occupying the streets since the beginning of October, right? Everyone? Because we know what's wrong. We know right from wrong. Millions across the globe have stood in solidarity with Palestine. Don't listen to what mainstream media has to say that everyone's on the side of Israel. If everyone's on the side of Israel, why are there so many people here? So many people here making noise, standing in solidarity with Palestine because we know what's right. Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
All right, I want to remind you all today that your voice and your presence here matters. It is critical that we do not lose our momentum in calling attention to the genocide of innocent Palestinians and unrelentingly demand an immediate ceasefire. Over 7,236 Palestinians have been massacred in the last 23 days. Yes, again, we only have the values that are provided to us from the Gaza Ministry of Health, but we have no idea how many children, women, innocents are stuck underneath the rubble right now. This has all occurred over the last 23 days. Nearly 3,000 of those victims of this genocide are children. Thousands of men, women, and children remain unaccounted for under the rubble of what is left of their homes. At least 20,000 people are wounded. I want to remind everyone of Joe Biden's words in front of the White House this past Wednesday, when referencing the Palestinian death toll. He so brazenly stated, "I have no notion that the Palestinians are telling the truth about how many people are killed. And sure, innocents have been killed, and it is the price of waging war. So I ask you, President Biden, how many of our men, women, and children are enough? How many?" I want to call attention to this poster that was made by one of our community members. It lists the names of over 6,000 dead Palestinians over the past 23 days that have been victims of this horrific and brutal genocide by Israel. Please, look at how long this list is, and it's not even comprehensive. How many is enough? How many children are enough? Enough is enough. What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
And I'm going to really have us focus on the wording ceasefire, because that is what we need right now. Justice.
Every race, every gender has faced oppression, carrying generations of trauma. We all are facing war with each other. Distractions all around. Too much ignorance for much realization. All coming from one source. We are all one. We all coming home. Each and every one wanting to survive and provide. We all are facing war on each other, when we should be bringing each other up for elevation. Understanding this war is simply good and evil.
Have Jewish people coming to the Middle East where Arabs and Muslim people live. That's upsetting, guys. That's really upsetting, and I hope that this shit can stop. And I hope, thank you so much, guys, for giving me that opportunity. I'm not really a really good spokesman, but I hope, inshallah, that we can, come together and really just, and thank you so much.
But the most precious thing is your presence, your heart, su corazón lleno de vida, lleno de lucha, para respaldar to support the incredible people of Palestine. They are not giving up. They are saying, I would rather die with dignity in my own home. They do not want to be pushed around. And they keep moving, and they say, hey, we're being bombed there too. There is no safety, no place for these fantastic, lovely, beautiful, courageous people that are teaching the entire world how to be loving with dignity, how to be brave with dignity. And that is why the entire world is now behind Palestine, to the shame of the United States of America. They keep saying, we've got to equip Israel. We've got to make sure they have the right equipment. How horrible, how awful to say those words in our name, en el nombre del pueblo de Aztlán. But you know what? Chicanos will always stand with Palestine because we know. We know about invasion. We know about colonization. We know about stolen homelands. We know about murder. We know about genocide. We also know about hypocrisy. We know much more about double standards. We know about the lies, the mass public relations that they do to the world.
More than 2 million people trapped like rats against the sea. A prison for more than 15 years with inhumanity for 75 years. When other nations chose to carve a nation for the Holocaust of the Jews. I don't mean that we hate anyone. We hate Zionism. We hate Nazism. And we hate fascism. And we hate dictatorship and democracies that bomb the world. We stand with Palestine. They got a right to be free, a right to electricity, a right to food, a right to water, a right to internet, a right to communication. They got all the rights that you and me and all of us want for ourselves. Muchas gracias, pueblo.
Gaza, I appreciate your support. I have been talked before and I will talk again and I will never going to give up. We will not going to stop. We're not stopping. If they're not stopping, we are not stopping. If they're not stopping, we are not stopping. I said before, I'm an educator in here, I'm a teacher, guys, and I have a lot of kids supporting me, my students. Beside my own kids, every single Christian, Jewish, Muslim student in my class are all my kids. And we are human before anything. We are human before anything. We are human before anything. It is not in any holy book to kill kids. It is not in any holy book to kill civilians, innocent civilians. It is unhumanitarian to cut off Gaza out of all the whole world. Not to be able to call their beloved ones. Not to be able to know whether their beloved ones are still alive or not alive. It is unhumanitarian. And what is U.S. doing? Help killing kids. They are help killing kids. They're taking our millions of dollars as taxes. And instead of helping our students to get them out of our own debts, they are sending them to help killers to kill more. Shame on you, U.S. Shame on you. Shame on you, Biden. Shame on you. Shame on you. I have family in Gaza. What did I do to you? What did you do to me? I'm a good citizen. I've been serving this country. I've been serving this country. And I will continue serving this country. You know why? Because we are the one who's gonna teach them how to love. We are going to teach them how to love, not to kill. We're going to teach this community what true love is. They only know one thing about love. Fake love. Fake love. Fake news. Only one day of the year, the Valentine's Day, this is the only day they love each other. But we are going to continue love each other every single day. The whole year. Israel has the right to defend itself. We have even better right to defend ourselves. We are the ones who have the right to defend ourselves. We are in our land. Here, there, we have the right to live. Our kids have the right to live just like any other kids. We have the right to live. We have the right to defend our territory.
Okay, listen. I'm from Texas. I'm from San Antonio. But you know what? I served in the United States military with the Palestinians. I served them. I helped them. I fed them. See, people here that are no longer with us, but you know what? They're still here. No matter where you go, they're still here. They're still here. You know what? All the Palestinians here, salam. You know what? I started with a lot of Palestinians. I did 7.5 years in the United States Marine Corps, 101st Division. I worked for infantry, did medic, then I went to bomb squad. I helped Palestinians
pre-IEDs off the road. I help Palestinians. I love them. All of y'all are like family to me. I have friends out here. I'm homeless. Me and my wife are homeless. The state's not doing nothing for us. But you know what? Biden wants to take all this money and give it to Israel? No. You know what? Man, Biden, you give it to Palestine. Give it to Palestine. They need the help. They need the people. They need the resources. All the other immigrants that come here, you want to help them. Give them $2,500 a month. $2,500 in food stamps. You know what? Give them to the Palestinians. Give them the resources that they need for schools, education. You know what I mean? All the military that's out there, the U.S. don't need to be involved in this. They need to stop helping Israel. I'm sorry. They need to stop helping Israel. Because you know what?
Gotta come together.
Israel is the problem. The U.S. is the problem. And to be a U.S. citizen, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Everybody just bow your heads just for one moment. Give everybody thanks to the Palestinians that are here today fighting for their right. Fighting to keep it going. And you know what? I'm down with y'all. And I love y'all.
Not another nickel, not another dime for Israel's war crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime for Israel's war crimes. Woo! Keep that energy up. I don't hear y'all.
It's crazy.
We're here to demand that the siege on Gaza be ended. And we're here to demand that all U.S. aid no longer go to Israel. Am I right? That's the Palestinian people. Okay, we have two more speakers. One of them is his friend.
All in all, learning respect for life may bring peace. Nothing can ever be perfect. In order to find the peace, the evil must sort out, coming together with the realization. In order to elevate, grow, and prosper, struggling is key to present, so future may arise. Generations of war and protest, seemingly to never endow real justice, opening the eye to the source of God, moving with love, control what we can, letting go of what we can, with time and control. We can never know, but the key to growth is all in you, opening to our communities, learning about the earth and where we come from. What is the human body? What is vital for the human body to consume? What knowledge are we supposed to know in order to live wealthy and healthy? The answers are out there. Learning about us is out there. Finding peace within is out there. Bring peace within to bring peace all around.